I'm Ciara Carey. I'm a solution engineer in Cloudsmith, and I want to give you a quick look at Cloudsmith's Enterprise Policy Management, or EPM for short. It's a big step up from our existing template-based policy manager. It's built on Open Policy Agent, OPA, and it uses Rego, meaning that you can create these code-based policies that precisely control how packages flow across your organization. And of course, that includes your open source packages. So it's currently in early release. What makes it so powerful is that Cloudsmith already extracts a ton of information from your artifacts, including your open source. We're talking the format, the versioning, tags, any tags that are on your packages, license information, your security scan information, so the vulnerability information, and lots of stuff on your signatures as well. And so with EPM, you can tap into all this data with our Rego, these code-based policies, and create policies to trigger based on what matters for you and your organization. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at it. So I'm in Cloudsmith here, and I'm going to go into policies. This is our enterprise policy manager. So let's go into this one, block risky packages. And you can see our code-based policies here. So here for this policy, I've created this really nuance-based policy that uses a number of different things to trigger on. So it's going to check if it's scoped to my particular repository that I wanted to. It's going to check if this package has a CVE that's on a ignore list that I'm maintaining. It's going to check if there's a fixed version available of this vulnerability, and if there isn't, then you're not going to trigger. It's going to check if the vulnerability, if any vulnerability is there, if it has a vulnerability with a CVSS score above a threshold that I've set. It's going to also include the EPSS score. This is an exploitability score for that vulnerability. And also I'm adding in this time-based trigger. So here I'm saying if this vulnerability is greater than 30 days old, then to trigger on that. So you're giving your developers a grace period before you quarantine or take some action on that package. Okay, great. So if this policy is triggered, I want to tag the package. So I'm going to tag it risky. And I also want to quarantine the package. So I want to block it from being downloaded, deployed to infrastructure, or promoted to another repository. So let me select the state. I want the state to be quarantined, and I'm going to create that policy there. Lovely. And now I am also going to make sure this policy is enabled. So let me do that now. Lovely. Okay, so now if I go to that repository that's affected by this policy, so I'm going to push a package that has a vulnerability that I know triggers for all those different things that I've set up in that policy. Okay, so upload this here now. When you upload a package to Cloudsmith, we're scanning for malware, for vulnerabilities, extracting out loads of information. Let's have a look at the API for EPS. So we have different APIs for creating, deleting the policies, for creating the actions. And also you have a simulator API. So you can see if I create a policy, even if it's enabled or disabled, you can see the results of that policy if it was enabled. And we also have this decision log. So this decision log is really important for taking an audit of your policies. If a policy is triggered, I know exactly why it was triggered. And it has all the information, the input data, it has the actions taken. And so it has this great audit trail for you. Okay, let's go back in to our package here. You can see it has been quarantined and it's been tagged as risky. So let's go back into I'm going to go and show you that decision log that I talked about earlier. Okay, so let's see. This is the policy ID. And now we have a result. And you can see the Rego here that I've created. You can see all the information from that package. So this is all the information you get, the checksum information, the scanning information here. You can see if the tags, you can see the repository name, lots of information here that you can create policies based on. So let's go down to the end and see the actions that it triggered. Yes, and you can see here that it triggered the policy triggered, it was a match, and then it took a certain number of actions. So it added the tag and it also quarantined the package. Okay, brilliant. So I hope that was helpful to you. So with Cloudsmith Enterprise Policy Management, you can target production repositories, you can target specific formats, you can factor in the vulnerability scan results, including the CVSS score, the EPSS score. You can use licensing information. So EPM gives you a lot of control and visibility over what gets into production. Whether you're securing your open source or you're meeting compliance, EPM can help you with that. Thanks for watching. Love to hear what you think of and how you can use EPM in your organization.